Another thing I want to talk about today is attaching your motivation to God, which will make you unstoppable. And what do I mean by that? Because a lot of people get stopped in life. Like, I think the whole definition of a midlife crisis is when people realize they have been living their whole lives for meaningless things, and they get to that age and they just question if life is still worth living. For those things, for example, like money, for example, a career, for example, going out every day, for example, women, all these things that are not unimportant, but they can never satisfy the place that God has in the hearts of every human, I think. And I think it's about hope. I think in the Bible it talks about if you hope for something in this world, then that will eventually let you down, because it's attainable, because it's in the world. It's like maybe if someone hopes to be a millionaire and then they reach that and then they kind of get depressed. Like people who achieve success and then they get depressed after that because they realize it didn't get them what they wanted in life, like get them that like fulfillment they thought they would get if they achieved that. And so instead we should hope for something out of this world, aka God, or maybe just eternal things that everyone knows, like love. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I think that's the only thing that's eternal. And if you hope for something that's eternal, then that's never gonna let you down. Especially like God. So let's just talk about God. Let's just cut to the chase. If you always put your hope in God, then like you're never gonna run out of like fuel in life, because there's always more to discover about God. Like, the thing about truth is that no one ever fully understands truth. It changes. Like there's always more to discover about truth, aka God, aka like, I don't know, aka Jesus, because he said he's the way, the truth, and the life. And so that's why the pursuit of God will never be unsatisfying. And I guess you could say that for like, for example, money. Like, I know a lot of like business gurus who kind of make it their whole lives to obsess about the truth of making money. So like the best ways to build their business, the best, strategies, formulas, and they discover a lot of truth in that pursuit. But I'm yet to know if they will regret it on their deathbed or not. And hopefully they don't regret it. But the thing I'm trying to think about is like, what is eternal? What actually matters in this life? Because this life is not everything, I think. And I think there are so many ways we can notice that in like just living life. For example, like everyone loves people who seem greater than life. What does that mean? Like people who are closest to God. That's just something off the top of my head, but that's something I definitely want to discuss for another time. How we intrinsically kind of know that there's something more to just this physical reality. But yeah, that's why we should attach our motivation to God, because then that pursuit will never let you down. Because you'll always, and it'll be the most like diverse and most like joyful and fulfilling pursuit as well, because God will take you to like the depths of life in every like nook and cranny possible, whereas maybe money will only take you a few places, but God will take you. I mean, he created life, so he knows where to take you. He knows what he wants you to experience, and he loves you, so he's going to give you the best ride. It's going to be a roller coaster, but like, it's going to be a roller coaster. But if you have faith in God, then it's like the funnest thing. Like, that's why roller coasters are inherently fun, because you have faith that you're not going to die in the roller coaster, that the roller coaster is not going to harm you, even though it's thrilling and your body might think that it's going to die. it's in the same way. It's like no matter what happens in life, you know that you have a God who loves you and wants the best for you, and like just loves you so much. And people don't understand that, how much God loves us. And I think some guy in the Bible tries to help us understand how much God loves us, because he was like, if God gave us his only son, then what else will he not give us? Like, he's given us his most valuable thing, so what else will he not give us? But people are too scared to kind of believe that God will give us things nowadays. And so yeah, I'm good. And so that's a lack of faith, and so that's why a lot of like Christians have trouble when it comes to all the faith things, because it's like if there's like a business deal, it's like there are always two relationships, right? In a business deal, there are always two people. So let's say we're doing business with God. God has already said yes to everything, but we just fail to ask and believe and therefore receive. That's why Jesus says, believe and ye shall receive. And it's not like, it sounds super simple, but genuine belief is actually a very hard thing to have, and it takes like actual effort to have genuine faith. To the point where you will be crazy, you are crazy in the eyes of the world, by having faith. Because it's like, for example, in the Bible, Abraham believed 25 years without any like sliver of doubt that he would have a child, that God said he would, with Sarah, even though Sarah was like, I don't know, they were like 100. Like, imagine like Abraham talking to his friends and just being so confident that Sarah would have a baby, and just talking to his friends as if like Sarah was gonna have a baby, like, oh yeah, I prepared the cot, I prepared the room for the boy, I painted everything. Like, you would literally be called crazy, because it's such an unlikely thing, and yet you still like believe with all your heart, and that's genuine belief. It's like, because some people think that belief is just like, you say I believe something, but then in your heart you don't actually. It's hard to explain. I'll try and explain it another time, but yeah, I don't know why I started talking about belief, but the point is, let God be your motivation. Yeah. So God being your motivation will carry you to the depths of life, will experience every good and, just every amazing thing about life. That's why Jesus said you'll have life to the full if you follow him. And then but in order to actually like enjoy the ride, you have to have faith in God. So